Hey guys, I just wanted to explain to you guys what you're going to do tomorrow in the event that I'm not feeling well enough to come back in. I'm currently feeling like crud. The second shot has hit me pretty hard, so just making this as a backup plan in case I still don't feel well enough to come in, but the chances are that I'll be able to see you. So, for starters, what you're working on today in class is you're going to be working on your Cultural Revolution assignment. So Mao's Cultural Revolution. Don't worry about the vocab quiz. We're just going to take our vocab quiz on Thursday. So we'll just deal with that then. We'll have plenty of time to get that done. You guys get a couple extra days to study. A group, lucky you. But the game plan is you're going to be working on your Mao's Cultural Revolution assignment in class. At home, you have a little guided reading to do. It's not going to be due until, I actually need to edit this here. It's not supposed to be due until Sunday. There we go. Have plenty of time to do that. But this one, Mao's Cultural Revolution, is going to be what you're working on in class tomorrow. It's a slideshow. All of you are going to get a copy. What you're going to do is you're going to look through and you're going to answer the questions and do the document work that's in the slides. So all of it's really straightforward. This part right here, you're going to read and see the information on the Cultural Revolution, which is going to be the like the China's version of the Russian Revolution. It's their or not their democratic, their communist revolution against the nationalist government of China, which is something you'll learn more about in your guided reading that you're going to do at home. But you're going to read a little bit about it right here. If you would like to, using your headphones, you can click on this and it'll show a YouTube video that'll explain a little bit more about it. You just write me a little summary here below. I'm actually going to say 2 to 3 sentences. Okay, just a couple things that you learned about the Cultural Revolution. What was it? What did it entail? And you can double tap on that and you can type it in here. See? Okay. After you do that, you're going to go into looking at a couple examples of the Red Guards and the revolutionary leaders. You'll notice that there were a number of the Cultural Revolution targeted teachers and people that were academics because Mao and the communists felt that they were dangerous, which is true because people that teach other people how to think for themselves are dangerous to any kind of regime that wants to control people. So the Red Guards are going to go after a lot of the different academics and display them as anti-revolutionary leaders, people that are against Mao's revolution. Of course, this is not true. It's false. They oppose it because they see that it's dangerous for China, but at the same time, they're going to use this to try to stir up a bunch of hatred against people who would educate the Chinese otherwise. So you're going to look at that, just to look at it. And then in here, you've got a couple questions to analyze the poster over here on the left. You're going to tell me what objects do you see down here in the foreground. So if you look down here, you can see there's like a Buddha, like a statue that represents China's old religion. You can see that there's a bunch of books referencing China's past. You see that they're being burned, a lot of different things. They symbolize the old China. Okay, so they're going to be trying to explain that that the new Cultural Revolution is going to replace the old and it's going to wind up being better. Just going to answer a couple more questions. Just analyze the poster. Look at a couple more examples of propaganda. Remember, just like we talked about last week with your propaganda mini Q, the same thing is used here. What color is used? Remember, red is going to inspire passion in people. It's going to make them feel either angry or, in this case, very passionate and interested in Chairman Mao, because Mao is going to be this like revolutionary hero for the Chinese people, for the communists. But what you're going to do primarily after you set up that kind of that that kind of background work, the context, you're going to predict, why do you think that China's youth were willing to participate in the Cultural Revolution? Because the Chinese youth did. Like, a lot of kids were people that reported on their parents, reported on their teachers. They were the ones that really kind of facilitated Mao's rise to power. So you're going to investigate that. Before you get into actually doing that, you're going to look at a timeline. So these are just the events, just like we did with the World War I DBQ. You're going to, on this slide, highlight the following points in the timeline. So what were Mao's goals for the Cultural Revolution? So you look right here. Okay. Okay, right here, we're going to highlight this one because this is his goals. See, he's trying to destroy the four olds: old customs, culture, habits, and ideas. See, and you're just going to do that with the other things. So what were the outcomes based on, or of the Cultural Revolution, and why might teenagers support it? Okay. Why might you support it if you were in this situation? And after you do that, then you go into your document work. And this is stuff you've already done before. You just answer the questions about the documents, fill out a little table, just some questions about how are documents C and D similar. If you look at them, you'll see that they are both memoirs about children who were living during the Cultural Revolution. So you would say right here they're both memoirs from kids about how they perceived Mao's Cultural Revolution. And then you're going to respond to the question again using evidence from your 4 documents, just like we've done before. You guys know how to do this. It's very straightforward, and you won't have anything. It won't be due until Wednesday. If you have any questions while you're working on it, you can email me. I'll have access to my email. But again, hopefully, I am there on or for class tomorrow. But just in case, this is just a little bit of a backup plan. So let me know if you have any questions.